Welcome back to the Alton Podcast. I'm Austin, one of the co-hosts of the show. Today we're going to bring a little technology to you guys again. But first, we have an important announcement. We are officially, as of today, on Apple Podcasts.
Oof, yes, the big Apple Podcasts, everybody. We are now on all major streaming platforms for podcasts. So pick your poison and stream us on whatever your hearts so desire.
We have 7 different options now, so you can have it your way, just like McDonald's.
Wow, just like McDonald's.
Just like McDonald's, man. So hopefully you guys can find the one that works for you best on your phone, on your web app. You know, according to our analytics so far, everybody's listening on the web app right now.
Yep.
We have no mobiles yet.
Yet.
So
that's where Apple
be
Podcasts.
that first mobile.
Yes, that's where Apple Podcast comes into play. But enough chit chat, Austin. Let's get into today's topic. I'll start it off.
On task today.
On task. Just like this Google Assistant is going to help with your tasks. So let's get a little specific here. The article I'm reading is from 9 to 5 Google. Title is Exclusive. Here's the new Google Assistant on Pixel 4. And just so you guys know, the Pixel 4 is set to launch on Tuesday, October 15th. And there were some leaks. I believe these are leaks of 3 new features that are going to be on the new Google Assistant.
3 amazing new features.
Oh, yes, especially the last one, but we will get into that. So, Austin, if you want to, start us off here on the first one.
Absolutely. So with the new Google Smart System, they're going to have it where it's pressure sensitized on the curved edge, allowing you to access it without necessarily having to talk to it all the time, which I think is very nice, especially if you're running maybe, though I do think while running you may accidentally press the side of your phone at the same time.
True.
So it may be like a good and a bad thing. I don't know. I don't use Google Assistant that much myself.
Yeah.
I don't know why either. Like, I have friends use it all the time, and I never do. I just type. My thumbs are fast enough.
Yeah. So let me ask you, when you're in your room, okay, your bedroom, I know you have an Amazon Alexa, and I also know that you have a Galaxy S9, which has Google Assistant. Actually, no. Does it have Bixby or Google Assistant? Or both?
Both.
All right, which one is the voice recognition?
Both. I think I can use both, actually.
Interesting. So out of those 3, which one do you tend to go for?
I almost never use any kind of assistant when I'm on the go, which seems so backwards.
Interesting.
Usually, like if I'm doing some kind of quick math or something like that, working on homework, chemistry, whatever, I usually use my Amazon device.
Okay.
Just because I can say it out loud, I don't have to worry about the finickiness.
Yeah.
I have had issues with Google Assistant recognizing my voice.
Same.
But hopefully this new update fixes that.
Yeah. Okay.
So they made a lot of good changes, I think.
Yeah. And on top of your active squeeze is what they're calling it, this is going to be on the new Pixel 4, as stated. And so there's already phones that have a squeeze feature. So I'm curious to see if this is going to roll out to those phones, or if those phones are even going to allow it, assuming they have other partnerships with other voice assistants, which I'm pretty sure they don't, because if you're running Android, you're obviously going to use Google Assistant unless you're Samsung. Then you're obviously going to use Bixby. So I think a lot of squeeze phones are going to use this, and I think a lot of future phones are also going to have this active squeeze feature.
So do you see yourself using the feature?
Honestly, so I'm kind of on the struggle bus here. I'm rocking my Galaxy S7, so I'm just used to opening my phone and just typing in the Google search bar. But if I'm at home, specifically in my bedroom, I use my Google Home. So I do use the Google Voice Assistant when I have the opportunity. And a squeeze feature will definitely, for me personally, enhance that experience. In other words, yes, I will use it if I do get granted the opportunity.
And I'm sure you will one day soon.
Yeah.
We're speaking of voice assistants here.
Yeah.
And that reminded me of Cortana. Windows Cortana.
Yeah.
Does anybody use that? Do you use that?
No.
I disabled it. It annoyed me so much.
So for those that don't know, I work in IT at my job, and I just installed, I think, 6 computers. I instantly disable Cortana in the Windows onboarding. I don't even wait until I make it to the desktop. I literally disable it as soon as possible, just because I can't stand it. I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it has great integration with Edge, but I'm all about Google, man. It's all about Google search. It's all about Google Chrome. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm in the Google ecosystem. As much as I hate saying I'm part of an ecosystem,
We got you.
Yeah, they got me.
So, it's funny you mentioned that because I would never, I use Microsoft Edge almost exclusively.
Yeah.
Mostly because I'm just too lazy to have multiple browsers. Edge seems to work pretty okay. I don't have any problems with it, so I don't stick with it. And I just downloaded Chrome today, funny enough, though.
Wow. Moving on up in the world, I see.
Right? So it's really weird because I don't use Cortana, which it would assist me with Edge, but I don't need to. I type. I took typing classes. I'm okay at it.
Now, does Cortana have Google Calendar integration if you were to ask her?
I have absolutely no clue.
Because I know you're a heavy Google Calendar user.
I am, only because our app's not released yet.
Yeah. Stay tuned, everybody.
Stay tuned. It's coming.
It's coming. We'll keep it hush-hush, even though the data is technically out there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
just don't explore Kickstarter too hard, okay, guys?
Shh, don't let them see anything.
So with that, let's go to our next topic here. And we will succeed in that app. We will. It's gonna happen.
Oh, we will, definitely.
So this next feature is interesting.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, I don't know if I love it or hate it.
Yeah.
So it's now going to... Go ahead, Colton. We'll let you do
Yeah, so this next feature is contextual responses with Google Assistant. So, for example, the test here on this article shows the person asking Google Assistant when their flight gets in. And then Google Assistant tells them when their flight gets in. And then the person says to Google Assistant, I'm sorry. What is it, Austin? What do they say? Back to Google Assistant.
What time was my flight get back or something like that?
Yeah.
Flight land? Something along those lines.
Right. So someone asks, what time does your flight land? And then the person asks Google Assistant, what are my flight details? And then Google Assistant gives the flight details. And then the person says, reply, I get in at 5:14. And then Google responds with just that, not knowing that you're talking technically about the airline, but it uses context to know you're talking about the airline simply because the person who is messaging you said the word flight in their message.
Which is very interesting. Did they always have... So I don't use Google Assist very often, as we just talked about. So when I say, okay, Google, which I hope my phone didn't just go off.
Yeah, same.
But when I say that, did it always used to show you the text that you were physically saying?
Yes, it still does.
It did then too?
Yeah, then and now, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't 100% on that. I thought it did, but I've used it twice in the last 6 months. So.
What? Man.
Yeah.
We always learn all sorts of things about Austin. This guy's one of my closest friends, and I think he uses Google Assistant every day, and he just told me that, he never uses it ever. So.
No, not ever.
Yeah, it's weird.
So podcasts, man, they're great.
Yeah. So, to recap on this point, the contextual responses. So you can just, in general, just have a conversation with Google Assistant now, and it'll know what you're talking about for the most part, assuming this leak rolls out as robust as it seems like it's going to work.
I wonder if it's going to be smart enough to tell, like, say maybe you have 3 flights in a week.
Yeah.
Is it going to recognize the most recent maybe, or the middle one? How's it going to know based on context?
It really depends on that initial message that you get from the other person, I think.
So people got to be more specific. Tell your friends to be more specific, guys.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, though. People aren't going to do that. So is AI going to learn that people are not that specific all of the time? Maybe that's one of the loopholes. Maybe that's one of the flaws in contextual responses, is that it's simply just not going to know everything, at least right now.
I wonder if it's also going to pick up on the lingo, all the shorthand texting.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Because
That's
it's
interesting.
new.
I mean, shorthand texting has been a thing since texting became a thing. But I don't know. It really depends. Because if Google Assistant is already picking up on contextual responses, I'm sure it already knows about shorthand lingo.
Yeah, but does it know all the shorthand lingo?
All of it? Probably not. And let's be real, AIs are going to be learning forever. They're probably not going to know everything, like, at all, in any point of time.
Sure they will.
I mean, I don't know. Because things keep changing. Things keep, coming up. It's just always going to be a learning curve for not just humans, but the robots. As crazy as that sounds. Wow, I cannot believe I just said that. It sounds weird when you talk about it, and then you actually say it like it's normal.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't know. I think that some things... So, what I see happening, and this is completely off topic. Holy crap.
Okay.
So, I see not really that AI won't learn significantly fast in almost everything. They're going to really pick up the speed once they get going.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to retune what we know.
Interesting.
Make it false, and then we have to relearn what they understand.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know. That's a bit crazy.
So we have everything based off of principles that we learned over the last few hundred years.
Right.
Those principles have changed in the past before already.
Right.
So we have found flaws. There's probably more.
Okay.
So think about it. One day, they'll learn something and our entire system that we know is just obsolete. It'd be fantastic. It'd be awful, but pretty great.
Yeah, awful and great at the same time. That, my friend, is when the robots take over.
Right there.
Right there. You heard it here first. Austin, October 5th, recording 2019. The prediction of the end of the world, the end of the human race via robots.
I'm going to guess 2035.
Wow, 2030. That's actually pretty close. That's only 26 years away.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, wow.
No,
yeah, that's
that's 16 years away.
Wait, you said 35?
Check your math, man.
You said 35?
Yeah, that's 19.
19. Oh, it's 20. My bad. I saw the teen, saw the 1, my dude. I was like, all right, we're in the 10s. Didn't really put the 9 in place. Okay, I did drop out of college, but that's not the point. Next feature. So this next feature is the best one. Me and Austin both think it's the best one between the both of us.
It's so fantastic.
So long story short, you can tell Google Assistant, hey, open up my pictures from last weekend. And it'll simply pull up the pictures via the timestamps. I mean, that's pretty simple, right? And then you can say, Google, let me just make sure my Google Home didn't turn on. You can ask Google Assistant, so from those last week pictures, show me pictures with dogs. And then it will use AI machine learning to search all of the images that have dogs in them and then narrow the images down to simply pictures of dogs from last weekend.
Which is just absolutely crazy.
Impeccable.
Impeccable.
There it is, my guy. Impeccable.
And the crazy thing is that over this behind the scenes that they were giving us in 9 to 5 Google, they said that the shrinking voice recognition and understanding models that were originally 100 gigabytes are now just 0.5 gigabytes.
Yep.
That is insane, the amount of revolutionary turns they had to do to shrink that much data.
Dude, they have shrunken it Literally 99.5%.
That is just ridiculous.
Absolutely absurd what these developers can do in a short amount of time. Absolutely insane.
And that's not the only incredible thing that they're going to have releasing at this next event.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do the Nest Wi-Fi, the Nest Mini Smart Speaker,
Yep.
the Pixelbook Go, the new Pixel Buds, which we're excited for.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see these new Pixel Buds. I might even pick them up. We shall see, Austin.
Speaking of picking them up, I was weak and I pre-ordered the Echo Buds.
You dirty dog.
I did it, and it's great.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to get them in my hand. I will definitely have to do a podcast maybe when Colton gets his Pixel Buds and I have my Echo Buds. We'll do a
podcast.
Little...
Ooh.
Yeah. We'll get that going.
I like where this is going.
That's if you actually buy them, of course.
I mean, I am currently in the market for wireless earbuds, and I am patiently waiting for this Google event to happen in just 10 days. So I'm very excited.
Hopefully you get them, because then we can do that awesome comparison.
Yeah. I just hope they release another version, which I'm sure they will.
There's no way they're not going to.
Right.
So hopefully that works out well for them. I'm hoping the Pixel Buds version 2 does a lot better than Pixel Buds version 1.
Right.
I like Google. I like what they create. So hopefully they figure out from their mistakes from last time and give us a good product.
Yeah, and before we officially wrap up this podcast, it's interesting how Google was actually one of the latecomers to the smartphone industry, the wireless earbuds industry, and here they are coming on top. I mean, they've been on top with their cameras, their smartphone cameras, since Pixel 1. Mm-hmm. So, it's very interesting to see what they can do.
It's impeccable.
Page out of my book. All right, everyone. That's going to do it for today's podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. Again, we are on all major streaming platforms now, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. We'll catch you guys next time.